Well, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Good to have you back. And before we get started, please do subscribe, share this video if you enjoyed the video, and like as well. So here I am going to be making abacha. As you can see, abacha is basically cassava flakes, and I'm going to be making it into a form of African salad. It's basically an Eastern Nigerian delicacy that can be eaten as an appetizer or a meal depending on the quantity you eat or dish. So here it is. We're going to soak it because it's dried right now. We need to soak it. As you can see here, I have it in a bowl. I'm going to soak it briefly for 5 minutes. We don't want it too soft. So I have soaked it. I'm going to leave it in the bowl for 5 minutes while we head on to other ingredients. So here I have dry prawns. Dry prawns will be added to our abacha. So I'm going to separate the head and the tail. We don't need those parts. We're just going to use the main prawn. The head can be stored or grounded and used to season soups and other dishes, but we're going to be using the main prawn. Okay, so we have strained out our abacha 5 minutes later. It is nice. It's not too soft. It's just right. So I have here cow skin that has been cooked, pre-cooked with seasoning. Okay guys, here are the other ingredients. We have crayfish, ground crayfish. I'm not going to put too much since we have the big dried prawns. So we have potash. You can use baking soda. You can use baking soda. Some people don't like to use potash, but I'm using it. You can use baking soda in place of potash or account. So this is the blended version. Here is black Cameroon pepper, grounded. I have stock cube. I have the shrimp flavor, or bouillon cube rather. And then I have onions, and I have pepper. This is habanero pepper. You can use any pepper you want. I like the fresh chopped habanero pepper. Gives it, a different flavor. Of course, I have palm oil, and for the exact amount, that will be determined after I mix the palm oil and the potash. The ground account, I'm going to mix them. So as you mix it, then you can determine how much palm oil you need, because you want that yellow consistency. And of course, last but not the least, I have salt. I'm going to use just a pinch of salt because all these other flavors will already give, to give it enough flavor, especially the bouillon cube. So we don't need too much salt. All right, we're going to go ahead and get things assembled. And I hope you're enjoying the video. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and if you have questions, put it in the comment section below. All right, guys. Okay, now we have a bowl of just a little bit of water. I'm going to add the potash. You may need more, but let's see. Dissolve it. Get rid of any sediments on top. Just removing particles. That's one thing with the blended version of potash. If you're using the rock, it comes like a rock. You can dissolve it, but I figured the blended one will be a lot faster. And that's the one I found in the store, in the African grocery store. So all I'm doing is just removing any particle that I see. Oh, okay. And then we stir. And what I'm going to do is pour the surface out, so I'm not getting any bottom. You don't want any sand or rock or anything. So I'm just going to pour the surface out. The top part of the liquid, and then pour away any sediments at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to do that real quick. Okay, this is just an empty cup. I'm going to pour the top out. And then rinse out the bottom part. So this is what we want. So guys, I have my clean bowl. I'm going to add, let me stir it first, you know, our potash liquid. A little bit at a time. Let's see how much that will get us. And then I'm going to shake my palm oil. Okay, let's use that much first and see how far it gets us. Let's stir. Again, we want that creamy yellow consistency that we are getting right here. And because of the size of the abacha or cassava flakes, we want enough paste, oil, palm oil paste. So this is, if I was making just a small amount, this would have been enough, but I want to make a large amount, so I'm going to add more, and then add more palm oil. Okay, and then stir. That'll give us a whole lot more. This is what we want. We don't want it too watery. Okay, so for me, I like to season the sauce directly in the bowl before I transfer it into a pot that I'm going to heat up. Just so that I'm not stirring the abacha too much. We don't want the abacha to be soggy. We still want that flake because it can easily get soft. So we are going to go ahead and just start adding the seasoning. So we have the Cameroon pepper, we have the crayfish. Let me see. Okay, that should be enough. We have the crayfish. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add my bouillon cube. So I'll taste it before adding salt, just so that everything is not too over seasoned. So just to give that a stir. Then we're going to add the pepper. Let me get as much fresh pepper and some of the onions, because we still need onions for garnishing. So I'm not going to put all, just some. Okay, this amount. So I'm going to stir. And you see why I prefer to season it in a bowl before. I don't want to add the abacha and then season. No, I want the sauce itself to be seasoned. So let's give it a taste. Okay. Oh my goodness. Then I'm going to add salt. The Cameroon pepper takes it to another level. Oh my goodness. So let's give it a taste again. So then now we can add our dried shrimp. I washed it. So after removing the head, the tail, I washed it. And then we can now stir this. Imagine if I added the abacha, I'll be stirring each time, you know, and that makes the abacha soggy quickly, in my opinion, I think. So, because we're still going to heat it up on the fire or on the gas cooker. So, let's give it a taste. So I'm not adding the cow skin yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, okay, that's better. So now we have our pot. We're going to add our oil sauce. Okay. Tastes really good, guys. So we've added it into the pot. Then we're going to gradually add our abacha. My hands are clean, obviously. Let's add that much first. Give it a stir. Yummy. Guys, take a look at that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add more. Actually, add everything. And stir. You can see the pieces of shrimp, fried shrimp. I mean, as you're munching each spoon, you have a piece of shrimp. It's yummy. I mean, the shrimp is optional. The big prawns, if you will. It's optional, but I love it that way. So now we're going to add the chopped up cow skin. And then we're going to give everything a stir. Look at that. You can see the onions. You can see the prawns. And it tastes yummy. Let's see. Let's give it a taste. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. It's not so hot for me. I know we have our fresh cut habanero peppers in there, and the flavor of the pepper will come out when you heat it up. But I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Okay guys, I am adding ground chili peppers. I like mine very spicy. And I'm going to add, I started to add a bouillon cube. One thing with this dish, you taste as you go. So I'm adding some more bouillon cube, like half of that square that you saw me use earlier. Okay. All right. Let's get this out of the way. All right. Now let's give it a stir. I mean, this with a glass of wine, juice. Oh, I like to have mine with Schweppes. Schweppes, the bitter drink, bitter soda drink. It's almost like a bitter lemon. I love that because as you're having it, it's so good with, especially since this is creamy or it has some palm oil in it. You don't want anything sweet, too sweet with this. So I like to have mine with Schweppes. And you can have it with wine, you can have it with lemonade. But this is a delicacy. The eastern part of Nigeria, this is a delicacy. Like I was saying, guys, this is a delicacy. And look at it, has that signature color. The oil isn't breaking. So that's the technique, I think, my mom taught me. Because I remember back then growing up when I tried it with her, like every time when she's in the kitchen, I'll go sit next to her. And after a while, I tried to, after I think high school, you know, she'll tell me, go make soup, go make this, go make that. And I'll remember everything she taught me. So one day I tried to make this and I couldn't just get the oil to come out just right. So you know when you mix the potash or cacao, when you mix it with the oil, sometimes the oil can break. So you won't have that yellow color with creamy texture. Rather you see, first of all, to turn yellow and then to start to break, you start seeing the reddish color of the palm oil. It means something, either you didn't add enough potash, or you didn't add enough, you added too much water, or not enough oil. So you have to just get it right. So I remember getting frustrated, you know, it won't come out right, and it won't look like this because the sauce, the palm oil, the mixture with the potash wasn't right. So my mom said, you know what, you just have to keep trying. Like when it starts to break apart, you add more potash. Let's see if that will fix it. Or you add a little bit more oil, like that. So I kept doing that. And when I started living on my own, I tried it till I figured it out. So now it's second nature. When I start to see it break, I know what's missing. So now look at that. Let's have a taste. Let me get a spoon to taste this. All right, the spoon we use for the pepper. Let's have a taste. We have a little bit of dried prawn there. Oh man. Oh my goodness. It is yummy. And the pepper, not that it's hot, but it has that flavor. That local flavor. That is what we want. So we have I'm going to heat it up. And because I'm not serving everything, you dish out, you get the part you want to heat up and eat, and then put the rest in the fridge. When you're ready to eat the rest, you heat it up, and that way you wouldn't have the abacha soggy. So imagine if I heat up this whole pot and I put some in the fridge for later. When I warm that part that I kept for later, it will start to get soggy. So it won't be as fresh as this. So You only cook the part that you need, put the rest in the fridge. When you're ready to eat the stored batch, when you bring it out, you warm it. I mean, you heat it up separately like that. So that way you still have this flaky abacha. Because some people, when they make it, or I've even made that mistake before, when you make the whole batch, you heat up the whole batch, keep some, eventually, you know, of course you're putting it in the refrigerator. So when you want to heat it up again, you know, you have to, it starts to get soggy. Like you don't see that flakes anymore. It's almost like porridge rice, you know. But anyway, guys, you know what I mean. So now I'm going to store some in the fridge and cook the rest. All right. Okay, guys, this is how much we have left, and it's still a lot. So let's go heat it up on the fire. Okay, guys, we are done. Let me know what you think about this recipe. It was delicious. I had mine with bitter lemon drink. You can have it with wine. It tastes so yummy. So let me know your thoughts or comments in the comment section below. And I'll see you in my next video. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, be happy. Bye, guys. Mwah.